welcome back to Amanda's Bookish Adventures. It is my mid-month wrap-up, and I did pretty well. You'll see me talk about the other books. I did slump, so there is that, but mostly right after I read the book, I just wrapped it up. It's kind of like a vlog style, so I hope you enjoy.
Wrap up my first book of February. So I have read Rise of the Black Panther, and it's only one volume because it's like bind up of 1 through 6 and they're 20 pages each, so this was really good, 5 stars. So it's different from the movie, but they do have some of the movie intake. But so in the first issue, or when we first start, we're reading from T'Challa's mother and her love story with the king and how she didn't want to be queen, but she loved T'Chaka, and T'Chaka convinced her she would be a really great queen, and her being intelligent and great with tech, they could help build Wakanda to be better. Well, years go by and she doesn't get pregnant, and you see King T'Chaka fight other people. Well, she does get pregnant with T'Challa, and then you see him talk to Stark's father, Tony's dad, and then, which surprises me, is in this she passes away. Well, he gets remarried. The king remarries for love, and the second queen read the first queen's journals. She loved T'Challa as her own son. She gave birth to Shuri, and it was crazy because T'Chaka died when T'Challa was a kid, basically. So it's very different than the movie, and I really enjoyed it. We get to see him with Storm from the mutants. We get to see him with the Atlantis dude, King Nuclear or something. You see him with Doom. This really good. I did choke up a lot, especially in the back when it had the promo of the actor. I cried because sadly the actor passed away last year. And yeah, so I know this is the only issue, but I want other issues. I think I'm gonna look for them later. But yeah, so that is my first one. I'm gonna be honest, this will probably be my second one, but I haven't even started that. I'm probably gonna start it tomorrow. All right, I will update you with more books, and I'll attempt to at least tell you the day I finish them, or tell you the date of when I'm filming, when I wrap them up to you guys. All right, I will see you in a little while.
February 6th, and I finished my second book of February. Second graphic novel so far. Shadow of the Batgirl. And I have a lot of thoughts. I gave this 5 stars. But it is another DC comic young adult standalone, and I want more, right? So, Cassandra Cain, all her life, she was trained as an assassin. She was not trained to read. She was not trained to even speak. She doesn't even know how to write. She reads body language and stuff. So, her target is, when the book starts, a guy, and he says daughter, and his body language and his eyes, and he's saying, tell my daughter, and she sees there is love. So she knows she's wrong. She couldn't do it anymore. So she runs away. She's living up on the streets behind an alley. And you meet one of the characters that's very influential to her, or I'm just going to say very unique in her situation, is Jackie. She's a restaurant owner. She was also trained to fight, pitted against her sister, and she's a good woman, an older woman, and she just loves Cassandra. Well, then she runs because when she's eating with Jackie, all her instincts are kill, kill, kill. So she hides in the library. She overhears Barbara Gordon talking about Batgirl. Now, when I read the standalone of the Oracle Code, Barbara wasn't Batgirl in that one, but she was in this comic. She is in a wheelchair now, but she was Batgirl for a time. So she hears the story of Batgirl, and she knows Batgirl was good. She starts piecing together in the library, what words mean, and, she knows her father is a bad man. Barbara and Jackie become family to her, in a sense, and they hear her story. They start talking about Batgirl, and they become sort of a found family. So I'm going to say this is definitely found family. It's her origin story to become the next Batgirl, and I loved it. It was amazing, and I wish it wasn't another
3 books. So I have read the Bridge Kingdom duology. It's a series of duologies. Laura and Aaron's, they're both 5 stars. I had such an amazing experience reading these books back to back. Aaron's the boy, has been trained as a young girl with her sisters to be a spy and assassin to kill the Bridge Kingdom's Ithaca's king, so her people can have the bridge to feed them because they are famine. So it's enemies to lovers. She marries Aaron and she knows nothing. She's spying, she overhears these conversations, and nothing is making sense. Her father brainwashed all her sisters. And then you get that, and then you get to the Trader's Queen, and you see all these events that affect Aaron and Laura, and they're just so beautifully written. And here is another 5-star. This is like the first pull-a-thon book. Hopefully, by the time you're watching this, I have at least finished 2 more, because I'm still doing pull-a-thon, but Shadow Gas, 5-star. In my opinion, the Eerie on Sea series, these get better each book. Book 2 I gave 5 stars. This one I'm giving 5 stars. They were absolutely amazing and I adore them. Herbert Lemon's character and his friendship with Violet and them just discovering secrets and monsters in this town have been brilliant. And because it's the 3rd book of the sequel, so I'm not going to tell you much. So yeah, that's some books. And I'm hopefully to have 2 more read before this goes up. But I will talk to you. Excuse the towel. I have to hurry and film this because I have somewhere to be. So I finished 2 more books, and that will be the end of the first 2 weeks of February for this mid-month wrap-up. I finished Frostfire, and I gave it a 4 stars. I read The Ice Dragon, and I gave that a 4 star. This is about Sabrina and her people. Some of them have access to magic if they complete the first test and then do the pilgrimage up to the glacier to get a heart sliver. But even at the heart sliver or the glacier, you could still fail the test. Well, there are some political risings, and there is talks about, I can't even remember what the other village was because they didn't even talk about it. So their village is dealing with volcano ash, and it's destroying their lungs and everything, and they're demanding to have heart slivers to help clean up because it's magic. But it's sacred to the people and it's only for the people. And it was really good with the political intrigue. I liked it. It's middle grade, so it's 4. I wish it was a bit bigger, honestly, or I wish there was a sequel to see like what happens next. I would very appreciate a sequel. And then, as I said, I read The Ice Dragon, and that was it. Basically, a war is going on. And that's the first George R.R. Martin book I've ever read. And so there is a war going on, and you see dragons, and a girl, I'm going to say Adrena or something, she was born in winter, and she was affected by the winter. She loved winter. Winter was her season, and the ice dragon was hers. Her father does not, he loves her, but he knows there's not right. Her other siblings know, and her uncle's like, well, he keeps trying to encourage the father move. Like, we can keep fighting this war, but we're just going to keep being pushed back. So it was really good. I liked seeing it. I love the illustrations. I think that really made it for me. And it really just felt like reading a fairy tale, like a little fairy tale before bedtime, and I really enjoyed it. I guess that's it for this mid-month wrap-up with those 2. I still got to film an opening for this. But if you've read any of these, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Or if you, what have you read in the first 2 weeks? I would really like to know. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.